All right, so I've gotten a lot of comments similar to this one that I'm too picky. And it's usually from men that really probably don't meet my bare minimum. But listen, everyone has preferences, like everybody. I'm not for everybody. Some people don't like my facial piercings. They don't like all the tattoos I have. They don't like my weight. Some people even have a problem with Isaac. Like they don't want to date someone who still has all of that responsibility with a child. Or, I've had men come and say they don't agree with him playing with Disney dolls and things like that. And they aren't the men for me. I'm not the person for them. It's okay to be picky. I have a great life, let me tell you. So, I'm happy to take myself on vacation. I take myself out to eat. I do all kinds of things for myself, and I'm totally fine with it. I would like a decent boyfriend. But, if I don't find one, I'm big whoop. Because I have a good life. I really do. And there's nothing that I can't do for myself. So, I'm asking for basic bare minimum. I'm not being unrealistic. I want a dude that has a decent job. I would like someone who has decent teeth. I would like someone with good hygiene. I want someone honest and kind and compassionate and caring and loving. It's real bare minimum. I don't know why people are saying this stuff. Weirdo. Sorry, but it's weirdo comments. And I deserve someone that matches with my lifestyle. I just am not a fan of trying to date someone I'm not attracted to. I'm not gonna get naked with someone I'm not feeling it with. And so there has to be an attraction there. There has to be. I've lowered my standards plenty of times and ended up with men who have taken advantage of the situation, so I ain't doing that. And I'll keep that bar high, and if I'm alone, taking myself on vacations, taking myself out to eat, doing for myself, I'm fine with that.
Oh, okay, so she's reacting to something someone said. The guy was just being honest with her. Do you agree? Just like we're being honest with her by telling her that you're too picky. Don't believe the crap she told you at the start. I just want a guy who has good teeth, good hygiene, and a job. In the end, we heard the truth. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Women are bitter because no one wants them. Let's start right away.
I'm someone who's been eternally single, but there's this one thing that I now know, that when I start dating again, it's going to be so much easier to find my person. And that is knowing myself, knowing what I want. I'm not saying 6'2", blonde hair, blue eyes, not that kind of stuff. I mean, that would be nice, obviously, if they look like how you want them to look. Child-free by choice. I'm also 36, so I can't be having a guy that's on the fence about having kids, and I don't really want somebody who's got young children either, because I don't envision that for my life over the next couple of years. Deal breaker, that's pretty common sense. But also in terms of boundaries and values and what I stand for and what I don't. I went on a date about 6-7 months ago with a guy who had too much to drink, in my opinion, to then drive home. I said to him, I can try and drop you somewhere, you should probably get a taxi. I was driving and sober. And I let it slide. He's like, that never happens. Yeah, I probably had that extra drink I shouldn't have had. First date, and I went on 2 or 3 more of them. For me, that's telling the universe as well as that person that is okay with you. And it's not. I'm just more secure now in going in, being cutthroat, to be honest. He was being emotionally available, a narcissist. There was many red flags in that date. Really being aware of those red flags, and also what is a red flag to you and what your values are and what you want. I know myself now about the way I feel about something. I'm not excited to see that person again in a romantic way. And I know people are going to be here saying, oh, that's your anxious attachment. I've done that before, where I've tried to say it's just my ego and it's just my commitment phobe issues, and it ended up being completely the wrong relationship for 6 months. I was dating this guy and it never felt right, and I just kept blaming myself and just being scared. And it's just trusting yourself. If I'm not excited to see that person, if it's he's nice, he's fine, it was alright, just no. No matter how good on paper it might look. No. The things I'm going back out with is keeping to my deal breakers, sticking to my values and what I accept and what I don't accept, which to me, not what's reasonable as female behaviour, aligned with my values and what I think is important and how someone should behave or not behave. And the last one is listening to my body and how someone makes me feel.
It makes me think of an old proverb that says, beggars can't be picky. I believe these women don't realize they are now well into their 30s. Do you think this girl looks a little older than that? She said she was 36 years old. It looks like she's 46 years old. That's just what I think. Not because I want to insult her, just letting you know that beggars can't be picky. At some point, you have to take what you can get, right? When it's pretty much too late to turn back. Say you get to the salad bar about 10 minutes before it closes. You have to take what you can get, right? There could still be a few hot dogs or 2 old French fries in there.
Date update. Went on my date last night. He showed up. He looked just like his picture. I met this guy on Bumble. It was first date. Super cute. We had great conversations, laughing, like all that little, touchy-feely type stuff. I was like, I really like this guy. Like this could, be a good second date. And he ordered a drink, asked me what I wanted to drink. And I was like, obviously I'm not drinking right now. I'm on prep for a competition I have in October. Again, not a big deal, right? Like I normally drink, but not a big deal. Didn't think it was a big deal. Night goes on. About an hour and a half later, he's like, hey, I'm really sorry, but my buddies called and want me to go hang out and party with them tonight. And I just don't feel like this is working out because you're not drinking it. I am. And I just need to be with somebody that is, if I'm drinking, they can drink and we can just like have a good time together. And I'm like, you're not having a good time just sitting here talking? He's like, well, I am, but I'm getting buzzed and I just saw this night going different. I thought we would get drunk together. And I'm like, it's a Wednesday. Like, I go to bed. I have work in the morning. He's like, yeah, I don't have to work till really late. And anyways, and then he just said, good night. He gave me a hug. And then I walked out of the restaurant all by myself. So, I don't know. Thoughts? Like, is it that big of a deal that I don't drink? I don't know. You guys tell me. I mean, I drink, just not right now. I didn't think that was a deal breaker for a first meetup date.
It's not a given that this girl doesn't drink. I think the guy just isn't feeling it and was looking for any reason to end the date. I mean, if she was an 18-year-old hottie, I'm sure he wouldn't want to go drink with his friends. He would just stay put and try to keep playing games with this girl, but, he was like, dude, what am I doing here? I'm bringing myself down, and it's clear that she's getting close to 60 years old. So, this is what you can expect if you're a single woman who keeps going on dates when you should just stay in your marriage. Also, if you've never been married before, just look for one guy that you can be with and still get married.
Fellas, if you ask a lady on a date and she travels to your side of town across toll roads, Sunday morning coast traffic, pay for her coffee and lunch for don't get to the end of the date and go, oh, I just normally split the bill straight down the middle. All right then, split the travel, the fuel and the tolls down the middle, you $20.75 my half came to. $20.75. I would have spent more than that in travel. Pick up the game, fellas. Seriously, assess the situation. I'm not saying pay for it all the time. I'm not saying that. But seriously? $20.75?
Remember when you were young, like in your 20s, guys would wash your car for you. So they could be on time for your date. They would do things like take a shower and skip going to the gym. They'd drive all the way across town to pick you up and open your car door. Come in. Close the door to the car. Make way for you on the red line. Oh, those days are over. Now you have to drive 5 miles across town to see him. You need to pay to cross the bridge. That's not fun. It costs about $7 here and in California. You have to. The carpool lane isn't for driving. You had to wait in queue to see this guy, right? Then, when he does show up, he still wants you to split the bill.
4 most common complaints I've heard from guys in the dating world. So ladies, let's try to do better, okay? First off, if you set up a date, show up. Why would you be so rude as to waste someone else's time? At least communicate if you can't make it, okay? Second, what's up with people asking for money on these apps? Seriously, ladies? Just no. Third, let's take real pictures and look like ourselves, okay? Because we're gonna meet these guys. And don't you want them to like you for who you are, not some doctored picture with a million filters? Love yourself more than that. And last, don't ghost. It's just the rudest thing you can do. We have this thing called technology. Simply text the person. Come up with any excuse you want, but don't leave them hanging.
Yes. And you have to respect this woman for being grounded and saying, you know what? Women do better because there aren't enough of them to hold each other responsible. Instead, they're just, blowing sunshine up each other's asses and patting each other on the back like, girl, you're great. Don't stress over it. Do not change anything about how bad you are. You're fine. Not at all. At least among guys, we hold each other responsible and tell each other, man, dude, you need to step it up a bit. You have cramps. Getting my style together, I like that she's trying to point the finger at other women and say, you know what? Do a better job. Hey, man, you look like your pics.
Okay, I totally hear what you're saying, and I know this to be true. Stay single so you can stay happy. But my mind is happy, but my body is deprived. And I tried to just hook up with a random dude, and my body won't do it. I have to have a connection. And I'm not spending the rest of my life sexless. Now, am I willing to spend the rest of my life without a man? Yes, but not sexless. I have to find a human connection so I can have a physical connection. Oh my God. It is like my body's betraying me. I want to snuggle and I want to watch a movie. Oh, I want to wake up and get laid. I don't know what's happening to me. Because I want to hold someone's hand. There's so many things I want to do and I cannot do them by myself. Okay, I totally hear what you're saying and I know this to be true. Stay single so you can stay happy. But my mind is happy, but my body is deprived. And I tried to just hook up with a random dude, and my body won't do it. I have to have a connection. And I'm not spending the rest of my life sexless. Now, am I willing to spend the rest of my life without a man? Yes, but not sexless. I have to find a human connection so I can have a physical connection. Oh my God. It is like my body's betraying me. I want to snuggle and I want to watch a movie. Oh, I want to wake up and get laid. I don't know what's happening to me. Because I want to hold someone's hand. There's so many things I want to do and I cannot do them by myself.
Another single woman is desperately trying to tell herself that she's happy. But at least she's brave enough to say that she needs a friend, right? All of us do. At some point, we all need someone to talk to. And women in particular. That is, they will want to be with other men. As guys, I always say that we're meant to be alone. We don't mind being alone, right? It's normal for us. We've been trained to work in this kind of setting. Okay, so it's not that big of a deal. Okay, guys. We go through a lot of dry times when we're dating. There are times when we might not be seeing anyone for a while, right? Some guys say it's years, others say months. If you like the show, click like to let people know. To find out when I add a new movie, click the bell. Thanks for everything. We want to make more today. Come back to this page to see more videos of people running into walls.